Good afternoon, fellow hustlers. Shadow Hustler here. Look, it's been a while since I've done a video, and there's been a lot of changes. The developers have made wholesale changes to things like the arena, stasis armor, all sorts of things. So I thought I'd take you through an arena battle, since I haven't done a tutorial in a while. I'll take you through how I fight in the arena, if you don't mind listening to my cat's meow in the background. Right, so first thing I'll go over is you'll see on the right hand side there's a new ladder up there, +5, +5, +10, +15, +25. They've done that to stop people skipping the first round. You now get bonus points every time you fight. 5 bonus points if you do the first round, 5 in the second, 10 in the third, 15, then 25. So that adds your total score. So if you don't fight all the fights, so if you only fight 4 fights, you're going to lose 25 points. So yeah, they're encouraging you now to not skip the first round. So as usual, we'll go through and check who we're fighting, all their strengths. 2.3s around my strength, 1.9, 2, 1.1, 2, 1.5, 1.8, and a 1.7. That's a good spread. First thing you'll notice is, from last time I did one, the brackets have kind of changed also. So it's no longer a 87 bracket than in the 100 bracket. They've changed it now back to 85, and they've put a 94 in there. So it's only a recent change, so a lot of people are still finding their feet. I'm not where I want to be yet at the moment. I'm running, what have we got, a 90, 93, 93, 100, 90, and a 90. I want to get to 2 100s, a 99, and 3 90s. Yeah, I can do that and still stay in this bracket. So let's just quickly, I'm talking too much and not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing here. Since I fight the first round and I know I'm going to get a bonus win eventually, I don't really bother with too much strategy. I just fight the weakest person who I know is not going to get a win. There are other ways of doing this. Some people not in a position that I'm in will want to fight someone that'll keep them below someone else. So, say there's a 2-0 there. If I wanted to fight him in the next round, I'd probably have to take a risk and fight that guy in the first round, which would have been interesting anyway, because if I lost, it gives you that option of skipping that first round and fighting on. Ooh, better plug that in. Tell me, you'll see, even though he's going to lose 25 points, this guy skipped the first round. I don't know, some people still like doing it, because when you come first, you're still going to get 260 odd points, I think it is. I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather fight the first round, try and maximise your points. Alright, so he's at a loss, so we'll probably fight him. Oh no, 1.7. There's a lot here we can fight. I don't think it's really going to make a difference, to be honest, because these guys are never going to get enough points to catch me. And I'm going to probably have to fight at least 2 of them anyway. The good thing is these 2 have had bonus wins, so I'll be fighting them later anyway. Now let's just fight this guy. So I mentioned there were some changes. One of the big ones was the stasis armor. Now when someone wearing stasis armor is attacked, instead of the guy just futilely pounding away at this mage and doing no damage, he decides now to skip that mage and go on to someone else who he can do damage against, which is pretty smart because, let's be honest, if in real life, if you were attacking someone and you couldn't damage them, would you really just keep pounding your fists against the wall, getting nowhere? Nah, you wouldn't. So yeah, they've done something smart there, and your fighters now ignore the mage and go on and fight someone else. The other big one they did was the teleporting archers. They've put a lock on him, so if he's targeting your tank, when he teleports, he continues to target that tank, even though he's now at the back line of your opposition. He'll keep firing at that tank until that tank dies. When the tank dies, if he's still there, he'll start to attack you guys at the back there. Not a real good thing anymore. A lot of people are starting to go away from teleporting archers. Some people are sticking with them. A lot of people are turning them into an assassin or a rogue, well, however you want to call them, which is your archer armor with daggers on the guy. When he teleports, he attacks the back line straight away, obviously. So there's that option now as well. Alright, so he's had a loss, which makes it pretty obvious for what I'm going to do next. Since if I win my next round, I can't fight him anymore. So we'll just go ahead and fight that guy. For a 2 mil squad, that was ridiculous. 10 seconds. Yeah, he probably shouldn't be up here. He's done something wrong getting to this level. We'll have a quick look at his squad and see why it's so bad. That's not much damage. Jesus, a weak looking axe. It's not too bad. That's very average. So he's got healing armor matched up with a sword that doesn't really do any healing either. It's a bit of a waste. You're not going to get any decent amount of healing out of that armor. What else has he got here? Just a standard res mage. Not many. Oh, look, he's got no gems. So look, gem power is pretty inflated anyway. It's not too much to worry about. I wouldn't put the rune on daggers, especially a teleporting dagger, because he's going to die pretty quick. So he's got 3 in the front row, which is not recommended either. Because this guy here, 45% chance of dealing splash damage equal to 174% of the weapon damage. This blow has a chance of dealing 25% to deal triple damage. He's got 3 people in the front row. When that triggers, it's just going to decimate him. So yeah, or as you saw, it did 10 seconds and he was gone. So he hasn't got a very good setup there at all. Not that I'm complaining. It gives me a nice easy win against them. I'm just trying to see where this other monster was. The 2.3 mil. There he is. Okay, so he's too far away now. He's 150 points behind me. I don't think it's possible. No, it's not possible for him to catch me anymore. So I don't really have to worry about him. 1.7. He can't beat that guy. He probably won't be able to beat him. It's looking like I'm going to get a fairly easy win here. So it's just a matter of choosing who I really want to fight. So even though there's been a few changes, the way you fight's still fairly standard. They've just taken away that option of skipping the first round. Now, if you've got someone in the arena, if you want to do it and there's someone in the arena stronger than you, you can attack them to intentionally lose, or you can sacrifice that bonus 25 points, which I don't recommend doing it that way. I mean, as you can see here, I'm going to manage to win this without doing it. I hope. There's still the possibility this guy gets a good bonus win in the last round, and he might catch me. But he has to beat a guy stronger than him. Happens a lot. Like this game, it's a random number generator game, so there's always a chance that everything, all his special effects are gonna trigger, and none of the other guys will. And when that happens, you can lose to guys 300,000-400,000 lower squad power than you. That's the brilliant thing about this game. You just never know. This guy's 1.7 mil. He's a fairly high up the leaderboard. Let's have a look and see why. These axes are great. They're the meta at the moment. Everyone wants them. Everyone's using them. With the ruin on them, they just do so much damage. And I've gone a little bit different to what most people are. Oh, actually, I can't show you here. I have to show you on my other account. I'll load up another video later of my second account, Acoma. He's got the axe and he's got a teleport on the axe, so he jumps behind the enemy lines, and when that special effects triggers behind the enemy line, he just blows away their archers and mages, and it's game over. So all these extra things the developers have added into the game have added so many new layers to the game. It's made it really more involved, a lot more complicated. There's so many different setups now, and every setup has its nemesis. Every setup has something. It's Achilles' heels that'll take it down. Okay, that's good. He didn't even try, which is good. So the only way I can lose this now is if I get what we call Norded. If this guy here, let's have a look. I'm not too worried. As long as he doesn't have splash armor, I'm not too worried about this guy. Splash armor seems to be my Achilles heel, as I say. Oh, look, there we go. He does have it. Only one. I still should be okay. We'll see, though. If he attacks me, that is. So yeah, that's why it's a good idea to go through. If you're worried, check the people you're fighting, because a lot of them, if they've got lower squad power, they can have this, which is really sneaky. That splash armor, it can be really destructive. And he hasn't tried. He could probably see, if he fought me and lost, he was going to get passed by this guy and this guy, knocking him out of the top three. So he's probably thought it's not worth the risk attacking someone who's, you know, over 200,000 stronger than him. Especially after he's probably seen the speed at which I kill people. It throws people off. It gets them really worried, makes them think twice about attacking me. Yeah, so there you go. There's a good example. How you win the arena. Wasn't the strongest guy. Probably was, though. Where is he again? This guy, he's probably not a legit 2.376 mil. He's got nothing bad, but epic daggers. Yeah, he could probably just, you know, have a bit more cohesion with his squad. Once again, he's got too many on his front line. With these new axes, I don't recommend having a decent sized front line. Yeah, so there you go. So you take out the tournament. And I'll just take you through and have a quick look in here. So I'm with Rebellion at the moment. This is the feeder clan to Ragnarok, which is the #2 clan in the world. I was in Ragnarok up to a few weeks ago, and I took a voluntary position drop down here to give these guys a hand, get them back on track again. And we needed to free up a few spots because we had a couple of decent sized monsters joining Ragnarok from Goon Squad. We needed to make some spots, so they put a call out if anyone would volunteer to drop back to Rebellion for a while. And I put my hand up and said, yep, I'm happy to go down. So I'm here at the moment as the clan leader. Yeah, just trying to organise the wars. We don't have the strongest deployment at the moment. We've only got about 35 clan members, I think. So we're in a building stage, 34. So we're slightly rebuilding. Yeah. All right, so thanks for watching. Yeah, and I'll be back later. I'll do another one off Acoma, who's my throne roommate. He's an endgame. Yeah. So I'll give you a good rundown on how our throne roommate does the arena. Cheers, guys. Have a good night.